Oh my god. Oh. No way, dude. No way. The Vancouver Canucks have defeated the Montreal Canadiens in a shootout. And this one was scary Carey Price versus Thatcher the Snatcher Demko, and for the most part, both goalies played extraordinarily well. Definitely don't want to give any bad rep for any of the goaltenders here. They were fine. But this game right here, where the Vancouver Canucks were playing from behind the entire game, eventually tie it and win in a shootout, this has just gotten me so antsy as both a Canucks and a Habs fan. I'm in shock that the Vancouver Canucks were able to pull it off. I'm kind of cynically laughing at the Canadiens in my head because we've seen them blow leads like this before in such an unfortunate and consistent fashion. But, you know, even as a guy who still cheers for the Habs, you know, I love seeing this team win. I love the team and the makeup they have. It's just so crazy how this game went, and the fact that it was against Vancouver makes it even more juicy in my opinion. Because don't get me wrong, Canucks, first favorite team of mine. I'm here in Vancouver. I'm a guy who lives in the Lower Mainland, and I have been cheering for this team for the better part of half of my life. But the Canadiens, my second favorite team, definitely have a good part of my heart dedicated towards that fan base. It's just, wow, what a terrible game for them to lose. And I don't mean terrible game played, I mean just the kind of game that you have where you're leading 1-0 for the majority of it, and you lose after they tie it up with 40 seconds left in the third period. Carey Price can't buy a shutout, dude. He's not able to whip out that credit card and buy a shutout to go on his record because, man, they are just not going his way. But you know what? I wanted to go over this one because the Vancouver Canucks and the Habs, two teams that I cheer for, both kind of exposed a pretty good amount of weakness amongst each of them because they do have some more hockey games played later in the season. The next one coming on Wednesday, which is going to be an 8 p.m. PST start time. I hate it as much as you do, Montreal. Don't worry. 11 p.m. start for you guys over there. I feel terrible for that. It sucks. But either way, that's the game we have on Wednesday. But this game was kind of filled with each of these teams trying to, what's the word, outmaneuver, outsmart, out-method each other, especially in the overtime. We'll get to that in a little bit, but this one started off with some opportunities either way. Carey Price had a little bit of trouble with a weird tip out in front. Tyler Toffoli went back the other way with a chance. And when Tyler Toffoli, every time the guy touched the puck, Canucks fans were just kind of freaking out because it felt really spooky. This guy always scoring against Vancouver. It's bound to happen again, isn't it? Especially in this building here in Rogers Arena. But Toffoli doesn't get one here as the Vancouver Canucks take a too-many-men penalty. The Canucks end up going on the shorthanded penalty kill, and a guy who has been a very big staple of that penalty kill over the past decade and a half, it's Alex Burrows. He's a guy who is manning the power play for the Montreal Canadiens, and right away, after one of the Canadiens' zone entries on the power play, John Garrett points it out. Hey, you know who would implement that strategy where the Canadiens take it in as they cross the blue line, they send it diagonally into the other zone for the other forward to get it? The Sedins would do that a lot. The power play does work out, though, as Jeff Petry from the point takes a long shot, and he scores right through everyone, and a big screen by Corey Perry in front doesn't allow Demko to see that one clearly. It's 1-0 Montreal, and Thatcher Demko didn't really have too much of a chance on that one. I mean, Corey Perry's a big body, so that guy planting himself right in front of you is definitely going to give you some trouble, which is what ended up giving the Habs the 1-0 goal. It stays like that for a while, but as the game goes on, we have Bo Horvat trying a through-the-legs move at the side of the net. Speaking about the through-the-legs move, we'll touch on that a little bit more as the game goes on. The Canucks had some good presence in front of Carey Price. Demko had a weird moment where he almost gave the puck away to the Habs in front. Both teams had good pressure in general. Romanov, I noticed how he walks the line. Love seeing that out of Alexander Romanov. Near the middle-ish part of the first period, Virtanen almost had a very nice goal where he backhanded it. It just barely went off the crossbar, I think, and shoved itself out. And the Vancouver Canucks ended up getting a 5-on-3 afterwards. The Canucks were on the power play, where Paul Byron was out there on the shorthanded unit. He goes out of his way to force it into the Canucks zone. He's getting hounded on by Hughes, and he ends up taking out Thatcher Demko. and it's a goalie interference call. And I know a lot of Habs fans didn't like that one. I honestly was kind of iffy about it. I was like, okay, didn't really see any opportunity for Byron to move. Hughes was just kind of right there, blocking his path. It kind of looked like he got shoved into it, but okay, 5-on-3 for the Canucks, I'll take it, and the Canucks absolutely blow it. Yeah, they looked terrible on the 5-on-3. What was that? They really sucked on that special team right there, dude. Like, it was almost like the Canucks knew that, oh, it's a 5-on-3, so we better score in this one. And they were just out there calmly skating around, not really attacking, just being super passive, and the Canadiens eventually kill it off, because of course they do. The second period starts up, and Tyler Toffoli gets almost a goal there. It was Corey Perry who went to the net. He almost got one on Toffoli on the rebound. It pops up and over, and it just kind of bounces on the goal line a little bit before Tyler Myers pokes it away. So it stays 1-0 after Tyler Toffoli almost gets a goal. Halfway through the second period, the Vancouver Canucks start changing up their lines after they don't have a shot in the period at that point. And the new lines actually start looking pretty well. JT Miller's out there. He wraps it around, and it goes off of Gaudette and off the side of the net, so the Canucks kind of unlucky there. Gaudette got robbed again by Carey Price on a point-blank shot from the hash marks. Great play by Miller to set him up over there. Another guy we haven't mentioned so far in this video is Quinn Hughes, and he kicks off his introduction to our commentary specialty by giving the puck away to Yoel Armia, point blank, and he gets stopped by Thatcher Demko. I don't even know if he got stopped. I think he kind of just shot it wide, but Armia had a breakaway in the second period, trying to double up the Habs lead. It doesn't work. And around the 14-ish minute mark of the second period, the play really starts to amp up. Lots of speed either way. Jake Virtanen comes in with a great rush. Jace Howerluck with a chance from Roussel on the rush as well. But the period ends off, and it's just 1-0. The third period had even more chances, with the most important one up till that point being a Jace Howerluck tip from a Hughes shot that goes off the post. And it stays out, so scary Carey Price out here still preserving the shutout streak. Jonathan Drouin had a wraparound attempt that looked really lethal. Then Nick Suzuki goes off for tripping. This one was quite an interesting call, if I do say so myself. But Tanner Pearson looks really good on the Canucks power play that ensues. He gets a good swipe in front for a shot on goal. The next segment, he gives a beauty of a one-touch pass to Brock Boeser, and Boeser didn't even expect it. If he just knew the pass was coming, I think he probably could have gotten the pass away into a shot and by Carey Price, but nah. The fact that Boeser kind of holds onto it a little bit because he wasn't really expecting it, plus his stick was kind of too far back, gives Carey Price enough time to readjust and make the save from there. Nate Schmidt had a point shot that went off of Shea Weber and it trickled wide. That one was exhilarating. The Canucks then had a 2-on-1. It was Miller and Boeser, but a very good play by Shea Weber, I believe, to block the cross-crease pass. Then the puck bounces off the referee behind the Canadiens' goal line, out in front to Tanner Pearson, who shoots it wide on an open net chance. That one was so close as well. And then, with 40 seconds to go, it's Quinn Hughes to Bo Horvat, up to Adam Gaudette. The empty net is out there, and he comes in, he grips it. He rips it off the bar and in. Oh my goodness, the hockey god has been so good throughout the past few games, but he has been so snake-bitten. The guy hasn't had a goal the entire time he was out here doing things that should probably lead to goals. He finally gets one here. Carey Price shutout streak broken. And I'm kind of thinking, firstly, yeah, okay, woo, Gaudette scored. But secondly, I'm like, why the heck is Ben Sherratt so far over onto the right side? You're the left side D-man, Ben Sherratt. Why are you on the complete opposite side of where you're supposed to be, bro? What's happening here? That's why Gaudette has so much room to come right in with a perfectly placed slap shot, and the hockey god comes in, ties things up. Overtime is crazy. It's very methodical. It's the Montreal Canadiens trying to go out there and tire out Quinn Hughes, but it doesn't work. Both teams played a very possession-heavy game. The only real opportunities for either team to go out there and score was the Brock Boeser chance, I think, where he comes behind the net after dangling the pants off of a few guys, and he almost gets Carey Price out clean, but nah, he wraps it back around the open side he came from. Carey Price is down and out, but he makes the desperation save with the blocker. JT Miller also went off the crossbar in this one, so that was pretty good. And then we had the shootout. And you know what happens here in the shootout. It was crazy. Boeser came in first, stopped by the stick of Price. Then we had big stick Nick Suzuki coming in next, stopped by the pads of Thatcher Demko. JT Miller comes over for Vancouver. Next up, he tries the left wing move. This time, he gets stopped by Carey Price. That move has been very successful for him in the shootouts the past few attempts, but this time it doesn't work. And at this point, I'm kind of feeling, okay, the Habs, they're kind of due, you know, they haven't really won in overtime yet or a shootout. I'm kind of feeling it, you know, I'm feeling a Habs win. Just the way the Canucks have gone, this is a perfect game for the Canucks to lose, a game where they tie it up late, everybody's hopeful, and then they blow it in the shootout. That's just kind of how I feel, you know, as a pessimistic Canucks fan. But no, it's Drouin, he comes in and he loses the puck on the stick handle. Bro. That one doesn't feel good at all. Then it's Bo Horvat, he comes in. What does he do? Oh, we did 5-hole last time. What's he going to do this time? Oh, Carey Price is saying better block the 5-hole, so Horvat goes up over the blocker and he scores! It's 1-0 in the shootout, and then Tomas Tatar comes in and he tries the through the legs move, which is absolutely so ballsy, but it doesn't work here. Demko reads it perfectly. The Canucks win 2-1 in the shootout. How the heck is that even possible? This is another win where the Habs just completely crumbled away. Another game that just from the way they were playing earlier on, I think they probably should have won. They should have been able to find a way to convert past Demko again, who was just so good in this one. But no, the Vancouver Canucks, they keep up with it, they claw back, they take the tying goal with 40 seconds left, and that's all she wrote in the shootout, man. Vancouver is now here 3 points behind Montreal over Calgary in the standings, still with a whole bunch of games played extra than the other teams, but they're still over here with 26 points in 29 games. Montreal, 29 points, 24 games, so the race is really starting to tighten up here. But talk to me in the comments what you thought about this game over here. Vancouver takes it 2-1 in the shootout. We will do it all again once more on Wednesday. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.